that sort of stuff.
Well, it's a beautiful summer day, and maybe you need a book to enjoy at the beach today. And to help us out with the top summer reads, we have Kelli Catana here. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
So first of all, summer reading, are people still doing that? I feel like technology has taken over.
Yeah, but you know what? You don't have to have a hardcover book to do summer reading, right? You can get your Kobo out and download books, but I still like to have an actual book in my hand. I do half and half, I would say, but I like Braille books, I like ebooks, but no matter what it is, everybody's reading, and I think they're reading more these days.
There's something about picking up a book and just sitting there and reading, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And there's just that nice feel to it, the weight to it, and especially it feels like summer today. It's a perfect day to pick up a book and head outside.
Okay, perfect. So what are we starting with here today? What are some of the #1 sellers?
Well, you know what makes a good beach read for me, or a good summer read, is something that's kind of not too heavy, a little bit light, maybe a little romantic, a little fun to read. So, Random House has this one right here, Crazy Rich Asians, is probably one of the most talked about books this summer so far.
Crazy Rich Asians,
It's like if Singapore had a Real Housewives, it would be like that times 1,000. And it's funny, and it's gossipy, and it's a perfect beach read. It's his first novel.
Kevin Kwan. So it's not a series, and it's a
it could be. We don't know. The way it ends, you could see more to come, but it's a really great read, and this is a new one from them, The Oathbreaker's Shadow. If you like YA reads, so young adult reads, that's a really good read that's coming up right now. And Random House also has a Summer Escapes website, so it's Retreat by Summer Escapes. You can go on, and it's kind of like you pledge how many books you want to read this summer, and then they'll also give you suggestions for really great summer reads as well.
So it's easy to find information depending on what sorts of books you're looking for.
Exactly. And you can go on and say, well, I want to read, 5 books this summer. I want to read however many. And it's nice to challenge yourself when you do it, right?
I love it.
Yeah.
And what about in terms of like suspense or that sort of thing? Are we still seeing that for, beach reads, or is that more of a nighttime reading?
It depends on what you like. A big genre that's coming out right now is like the new adult genre. So it's kind of like young adult, but grown up a little bit. And Simon & Schuster has a lot of really great books. 10 Tiny Breaths, which is here. This is a Canadian author. It's out in ebook right now, and it's coming out in print in September. That's a really great beach read. Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. She might be one of my favorite new authors. Absolutely. This book had me at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't put it down.
Really? What is it about?
Well, I can't really tell you what it's about without
giving it away.
Yeah, you know what? It's just it's a girl meets boy meets, and then there's
love
secrets, and there's love.
No 50 Shades of Grey, we're not seeing that.
Entwined with You is the 3rd book in the Crossfire series. So that is kind of like the 50 Shades of Grey books. So it's a little more erotica, it's a little more something for the ladies
Maybe a little bit much for the beach. What do you think? No?
Not if there's children around. Maybe save that for the nighttime reading. Walking Disaster. This is the companion piece to Beautiful Disaster, which came out last year from Jamie Maguire, which is a really if you like the first book, which was great, this is told from the male lead's point of view, whereas the first book was told from the female lead's point of view.
Okay.
So another great read. Divergent and Insurgent. The 3rd book is coming out in the fall.
Okay.
But the movie is currently being filmed on this one right now. So these are great books to pick up on right now if you like the Hunger Games.
Right.
Very similar sort of style. The Fault in Our Stars is also being made into a movie right now. Probably one of my most favorite books this year so far. It was so well written, and it was funny, and it was witty. It's about 2 teenage cancer patients, and it'll have you crying, and it'll have you laughing, and again, it's being made into a movie as well. And then
tons of great books.
There's so many great books, and who else has?
Lots of them on the table here. I'm looking at what's this one here? Echoed.
That one has they're doing a big push on that one. I haven't read that one yet.
Okay.
But also these 4 books over here, Simon & Schuster actually has their program going on, Summer Escapes, and you can go on and download samples of the 5 books off their website. So you just go to summerescapes.ca, and they have kind of a sample pack that you can go on and see if you want to buy them ahead of time.
Love it. Thanks so much for being here today. You're giving away these books so people can head to your blog.
I'm going to have a copy of all of them to give away on my blog.
Fantastic. And your blog is kellidaisy.com.